In today's video, I want to highlight the awesome PlayStation 4 game in Dead Cells getting DLC, and best of all, it's absolutely free DLC. Dead Cells is an incredible game, and this DLC is pretty incredible in its own right. It's adding a lot of content, and they easily could have charged $5 or $10 for it, but no, they are releasing it absolutely free. We also have an update on the studio going forward and what they're looking to do in the future, so I want to take a look at all of that. Really, Dead Cells deserves the attention, they deserve the attention, and recognition for the stellar work that they've done, but outside of that, we do have some details on the Division 2. Its update 1.7 is looking to improve the game, so we'll have a look at that. Jump Force is getting a pretty major piece of DLC and adding Seto Kaiba as a DLC character. That's pretty cool. They put out a trailer for that. Resident Evil 3 Remake is getting released sooner than expected, and Resident Evil 8 is scheduled to release on next-gen consoles. That's what a rumor is suggesting. And lastly, if you need to re-up your PlayStation Plus subscription, yes, the great indoor sale is over, but you can get a one-year membership card for $43, and that's a great buy. More on that at the end of this video. First, let's look over the free DLC for Dead Cells in Rise of the Giant. It is available now, and Motion Twin put out a pretty in-depth statement on everything to expect in the DLC. Some humor thrown in there as well. Also, they gave us an update on the future of the studio, so let's take a look at all of that. Hey friends, it's here. It's crawled out of the alpha dungeon, made it through the beta gauntlet, and now it's here for you all to play. Rise of the Giant, our first free DLC, has finally made it to you after a slightly longer than planned gestation period. What is all of this? A brand new level for those who have finished the game at least once. Remember, we lowered the base difficulty significantly in update 11. This is a kind of cavern, a deep dark hole filled with traps and other nasty surprises. A new boss. Guess what it is? Go on, guess. If you said it's the Giant, then you're wrong. It's Kratos. We teamed up with Sony Santa Monica to bring everybody. Nah, it's the Giant, and guess where he's hidden? Go on, guess. Okay, so a little bit of humor thrown in there that I actually found rather funny. Maybe my delivery wasn't on point and you guys actually thought Kratos was making an appearance in Dead Cells. That will not be the case. He'll just be fighting off against the Giant. They've also added is the custom mode that many have been clamoring for. It's available without requiring you to beat the game. A shiny new skinning system. That's right, skin the creatures you find and wear them like it was Silence of the Lambs up in here, all for the very reasonable price of $19.99 per loot box, where you got 99% chance of getting absolutely nothing. Oh wait, what? You just played the game and unlocked them for free? But what about our share price? So they're going absolutely in on a lot of games. Find that quite funny. Okay, enough college sarcasm. Next up, we have 10 new enemies. Some of them will obviously be waiting for you in the new levels, though many of them have been spread out through the new game plus difficulty levels. They're waiting for you to roll up thinking you own the game. 3 new skills were also added, including a flying pet thing with extra cuteness, and 10 new weapons, including a completely original axe. The Hunter's Grenade door has been replaced by the Specialist shop. Essentially a few knickknacks for those advanced players who know what's up, and some pretty skins for the rest of us. Oh, and there might be a bunch of other hidden stuff, yada yada yada, floating around in the game, no biggie. That ended the statement. However, he concluded by saying, "Thank you. I really cannot stress enough how important your continued feedback, contribution, and support each and every one of you has been to bringing Dead Cells to where it is today. We said that we were going to do this free DLC quite a while ago, something of a thank you present to the community, and we meant it, so thank you all." Okay, enough mushiness and tears. This is not goodbye. They also gave a roadmap for Motion Twin heading into the future, and here's a little of what they're planning at the moment and where they're headed. Quote, "Right now we're working on building out the team a bit more. We'll have news on how that's coming along and how we're planning on doing things as we move forward soon. We are, however, building some new monsters, some little guys that may or may not have leaked a little bit already. Cough, cough, over here, cough, cough. We're gonna keep adding content to the game for as long as it makes sense to do so. That's to say, for as long as enough people keep buying and playing the game to support the development costs and make us some more money for our next game. There will be a next game. If you didn't see the Red Bull documentary they did on us, check it out, because you'll learn that we're really just all about games, and we'll be doing it until the arthritis kicks in and we physically can't. Before you ask, no, I have no idea what the next game will be. We are going to go through a really fun period of building demos, iterating, and arguing over why roguelites are so yesterday, and therefore we should definitely do another. We'll keep you posted as soon as we have things to share, and maybe even before we should." Okay, so that's the entirety of the statement. I know it was a lot, but I wanted to go over everything because Motion Twin really deserves the recognition. Rise of the Giant is available right now, free DLC content. This is DLC a lot of other games would charge a substantial price for, but no, it's going to be absolutely free. And we have seen it before. I don't want to just give this game credit, but there are a lot of other games recently that they've just gotten free updates. Games like Devil May Cry 5, it's getting the Bloody Palace for free. Resident Evil 2 got free additional content. I hope more games go that route instead of nickeling and diming the gamer every chance they see. I look at a game like Dead or Alive 6 and look at the obscene DLC in that game, and it's just absolutely absurd. Fighting games in general just have absurd DLC content. And we'll be talking about a fighting game getting a bit of DLC in a little bit, so onwards with that. The Division 2 is also being received rather well, and we've got patch notes for update 1.7. The most recent patch that dropped on March 22nd had co-op scaling firmly in its sights, and a second and final patch will be applied to iron out any issues there. Regular maintenance kickstarted the rollout of update 1.7, and Massive says performance improvements in the update will help address frame rate drops players have been experiencing. The skills cooldown issues also addressed in the last update on March 23rd. So all of that is being looked at, and the Division 2 continues to evolve as an experience. Obviously, this is a game, much like a lot of other online games like a Destiny, even an Anthem, these games evolve over time and they get better and better. However, right out of the gate, the Division 2 has been received rather strongly, and that's really what it should be from the get-go. I know I always say that these games evolve over time. Well, that's what just happens. However, if you're charging $60 for a game, there is a certain quality level that should be upheld at the launch of the game, and it shouldn't be a work in progress. That's what Early Access is for on PC and Xbox One. Obviously, that's not offered on PlayStation, but then just release a quality product and we'll be good. And the Division 2 is a quality product, so there you have it. Next up, I personally wanted to cover this because I found this rather interesting. Jump Force is getting some cool DLC. Seto Kaiba is entering the roster as a DLC character. Now, Yugi is already in the game, and Seto follows a lot of characteristics of Yugi as he uses some of his iconic cards. You've got Blue Eyes White Dragon in there. You've got Shadow Spell. I noticed that. I believe he also used Crush Card Virus, and obviously highlighting it all was Obelisk the Tormentor. The #1 ranked duelist in the country is making his way to the Jump Force character pass in May. Again, there's Blue Eyes, there's Obelisk the Tormentor, and they low-key showed off Crush Card Virus and Shadow Spell as well. Shadow Spell was just these chains raining down from the sky, and that looked pretty cool. Again, the Character Pass DLC starts May 2019, so it'll be coming then. Next up, here's a very interesting rumor that is coming from Aesthetic Gamer, who correctly revealed information about Resident Evil 7 Biohazard before official announcements, and now he recently revealed that the Resident Evil 3 remake is currently in development by an outside studio and not by Capcom Division 1. The game is also said to not be what gamers are expecting. Specifically said this, quote, "The series will be kinda unofficially almost annual for the next few years, though of course as game development goes, anything could be delayed. For example, Resident Evil 8 got a bit delayed, and I can say to you now that you shouldn't expect it until next gen is on the table. What is on the table, however, is Resident Evil Remake 3, but it's not what a lot of people are probably going to expect. It's not the same people that made Resident Evil 2 Remake. In fact, it's not even being internally developed by Capcom Division 1 at all. Who is developing it is very interesting, but for another day, it'll be coming out a lot sooner than people are probably expecting." Capcom did say the Resident Evil 3 Remake was on the table, and given the reception to the Resident Evil 2 Remake, I think it's a foregone conclusion that it was going to happen, but considering Aesthetic Gamer is saying it's not what we're expecting, that's piqued my interest quite a bit, but we'll let you guys know more as we hear more about the possibilities of a Resident Evil 3 Remake, but it does look like it'll be a current-gen game and that Resident Evil 8 will be a next-generation title. Lastly, I do want to give you guys a heads up on yet another deal for a PlayStation Plus one-year membership subscription card. It is down to $43 over on eBay. It was actually down a little bit cheaper, down to $40, but that promo code has expired. So right now you can get it for $43. Guys, if you're paying $60 a year for PlayStation Plus, you're really doing your wallet a disservice. It is available all the time for $40 to $45. Sign up for a year, and that means month to month you're paying a little bit cheaper. I know some people want to even go month to month and pay $10 a month. Please stop. It's available all the time for at least as low as like $43 to $45. Tell all your friends. Make sure they're not screwing themselves over, and I see so many complaints about the PlayStation Plus free game offerings, quote-unquote free game offerings, that is. If you're paying a little bit less for PlayStation Plus, well, suddenly it becomes a lot more palatable, so check out that deal, link in the description box below. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, Dead Cells has gotten some incredible free DLC, and it looks like Motion Twin is here to stay. It looks like they'll also be continuing to update this game while working on another project, although that hasn't really gotten off the ground yet, but I'm interested to see what Motion Twin can bring to the table next. The Division 2 is continuing to get updated, Jump Force is getting Seto Kaiba as a character, Resident Evil 3 Remake is getting released sooner than most expect, Resident Evil 8 is said to be on next generation platforms, and check out that one-year membership subscription card to PlayStation Plus, a link in the description box below. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.